Hey everybody, welcome. So I am going to start a series called Wellbeing Hacks with Eden and just give you like little short bursts of information that can help you to have more well-being in your life. It's pretty basic. So it's things I've learned over the years, things I've personally experienced, just sometimes things that I've read. And again, all the things are either backed by science or just based on my own experience. So I don't make any medical claims or anything like that. I just love to share like what's working for me, what I've heard works for other people, and again, what I've read and learned about. So today's well-being hack is about sleep. I can't tell you the number of people I talk to that say they don't sleep well, or they're able to fall asleep, but they can't stay asleep, or they are asleep, but then they wake up anxious, or wake up in the middle of the night and can't get back to sleep. I mean, so much. So these are some things that might work for you. And I just wanted to share them in hopes that you can have, again, more well-being revolving around your sleep and involving your sleep. Okay, so first of all, there's exercise. A lot of times people will say, don't exercise too late at night because it gets you all stimulated and your adrenaline is up. So that makes it harder to get to sleep. But then there's other people that I've talked to who are like, no, I love exercising at night. It kind of wears me out and then I'm ready for sleep. So you got to know which one is better for you. I definitely have heard and experienced myself things like gentle yoga, and obviously meditation before bed really can help. So there's even just simply doing one yoga pose called legs up the wall that really can make a difference because you're on your feet all day. Most people are, and you're vertical, right? So this is a way to do a little inversion and just the blood, leaving your feet, you just giving your feet a break. Again, I don't know the science behind how this works, but it's really helpful. So what I'll do is just scoot up against a wall, stick my legs up the wall. So my body is laying flat on the ground like this, and your legs are up the wall. You can open them and get some stretching in. You can leave them straight up again, so the blood is leaving. It is just a relaxing pose. Yes, a little strange, maybe not so mainstream, but can really work. And I'll just sometimes just read my book like this, like when you're sitting on the beach, right? So legs up the wall can help. Exercise, gentle yoga, meditation. These are things that calm you down, take you away from the stresses of the day. And then speaking of that, the biggest thing that I can recommend, get off your screens. The blue light does something, the stimulation, even using those blue light glasses, it's still a thing. So you want to back off on your screen at least an hour to 2 hours before you go to sleep. What? Now, I know that's not normal for people, but I always talk about, well, what do you do when you have a baby? Now, even if you don't have children, you know this in general, I'm sure, that people have a bedtime routine for their babies, right? You don't have your kid watching a TV show and then send them to bed when they're 3 years old. You put them in a warm bath. You rub some yummy scented lavender lotion on them. You read them a book. You sing them a song, right? There's a whole routine that's related. The conditioning that's related to sleep is helpful to get your kid in a routine. Why not you? Most of us did that for our babies, but we don't do it for ourselves. So that's really important. Bedtime routines. So I've told you a couple things there, but again, no with the yoga and stuff, but no screens, 1 to 2 hours. I will say if I'm going to watch a TV show with my family and we're sitting away from the screen, I notice it's a little bit better. I really try to shut my phone down by 8 or 9 p.m. if I don't have a work thing. And then I just leave my phone plugged in my bathroom. It is not next to my bed. It is not the first thing I reach for when I wake up. That's another thing, right? So a TV screen far away from your eyes is going to be a little bit different than your phone, but it's still a screen. It's still stimulation, right? So even if you have the blue light glasses, it's still the stimulation, the mental stimulation, not just your eyes, but your brain, like what you're reading. If there's something that gets you anxious, something that makes you upset, maybe your to-do list is somewhere connected to that, and you just you're forward. An anxious brain is in the future. Okay, so we want to be present and mindful, and that will help us relax and get better sleep. I do use some products. Obviously, I'm going to talk about Arbonne Did I not say I was going to do that? So I will mix some Arbonne Gelée with, and this is from my friend Meredith, doTERRA lavender essential oils. You need a carrier oil. So I'll mix some of this, a drop or two of that, into some of this gelée. I love this stuff, you guys. It's like, oh my God, it's the best. And it smells amazing, very spa-like and relaxing. It's got its own essential oils in it with a drop of the lavender, and I'll just kind of like rub it up and down my arms and like this, and like, right, rub a little bit here on my chest so I can smell it throughout the night. But I get into bed and like put some of this also in my diffuser. I will have this on my nightstand, and rubbing my hands with some of the oil and just kind of do a little massage. Sometimes I'll lean forward and put it on my feet after I've done the legs up the wall. Again, have the diffuser going with the lavender in it, and just take some deep breaths in and out your nose. You always want to breathe in and out of your nose, always. Read the book Breath by James Nestor. You will learn so much. But that really, really makes a difference. I also will use some melatonin. Of course, I love the Arbonne Sleep Ball Spray. Shake it up, use about 4 to 7 squirts of this under your tongue. It's got 2%, I think, 2 milligrams of melatonin in it. Again, you can find this on my website if you want to go there, EdenGodfroy.arbonne.com, and look at this. So I use this at night to help me focus. You don't want to, they say you don't want to use melatonin too often. You use a little bit, really just to help you get into a nighttime routine. The other thing is you want to be careful what you're eating and drinking. You want to stop eating 3 hours before you go to bed, because your body will be digesting. So your brain is sending, chemicals and information to your stomach to digest, as opposed to sending information to your brain that says, start releasing the sleep chemicals, right? You need those sleep chemicals. Melatonin is that. And so you want that to help you, you want your brain to help your body do that. But if your body is busy digesting some food that you snacked on before you went to bed, it's not able to do what it needs to do in order to get into sleep mode. And then, of course, stay asleep mode. The other thing that I recommend before bed, or trying to fall asleep, or if you are waking up in the middle of the night and need to go back to sleep, is triangle breathing or different types of breathing, whatever works for you. 4 breaths in your nose. 4 seconds in your nose. Hold it for 4 and release through your nose for 4. Triangle breathing, right? 4, 4, 4. Sometimes people do 4, 8, and 12. So in for 4, hold for 8, release for 12. Again, all through your nose. That can help you relax as well to get to sleep or get back to sleep. Also recommend going to bed around the same time every night and getting up the same time every day. We have such a horrible habit of not doing this because of the weekend, and we want to stay up late. You really want to get a hold of that and say, it's okay for me to go to bed at 10 on a Friday and a Saturday night. If you're staying up a little later, sleeping a little bit later is okay. But again, trying to get up and go to sleep at the same time every night really helps your body to get into that routine. All right, so I gave a lot of tips. I hope that something from this was new information for you. I hope it helps you. We spend all day drinking coffee and stimulants to keep us awake, and then we wonder why we can't get to sleep at night. Oh, that's another thing I didn't say, but if you're sensitive to stimulants, stop drinking your coffee by noon or earlier, or stop drinking it by 3 if you're so sensitive to getting to sleep. Instead of the caffeine to wake us up and the whatever you're taking to help you fall asleep, medicine, maybe eliminate both of those things. Go the more natural route, more holistic route. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised what kind of results you get. So like I said, I hope you got something from this. If you have questions about any of the products I talk about, if you've tried some of the hacks that I mentioned and they work for you, I would love for you to comment. And on this, if you know someone you think would benefit from this and you want to send along my video and share it with them, please do that. Again, not making medical claims, not doing any of that, but just sharing some things that have worked for me and things that I've read and heard about. So I hope something helps you improve your sleep habits and your sleep in general based on what you watched today. Have a great day. I'll be back on soon to talk about another well-being hack. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.